Today on People Now, the death of Glee actor Mark Salling leaves his family in Texas devastated, his parents finding his death difficult to accept.
Salling's ex-girlfriend Naya Rivera making her first public appearance following the death of her Glee co-star.
Why is Barack Obama mad about their new home after the White House? Michelle is spilling to Ellen.
No, he still talks about this. He got so shortchanged.
We used to be friends. Some things happened. Bethenny Frankel opening up about her relationship with Jill Zarin in season 10 of Real Housewives of New York City.
Super Bowl scandals revealed. Katy Perry's left shark admits he totally danced goofy on purpose during that Super Bowl halftime show. Dun, dun, dun. And we have details.
Wait until you see how Khloé Kardashian's boyfriend Tristan Thompson helped lift her spirits after the death of her beloved dog.
Plus, Bachelor Winter Games castmates Dean Unglert, Eric Bigger, and Ashley Iaconetti are here dishing all about that new show.
Who's your Bachelor crush?
So, before I met Ashley, I had a crush on Ashley.
Then you met her and you're like, absolutely not. Oh, no, I mean.
Every guy.
Happy first day of February, everyone. Welcome to People Now. This month means one very important thing for a lot of people. That is, of course, the Super Bowl, everybody. Yeah, we're excited in here for sports. All right, Super Bowl 52 is this Sunday. Everyone better be getting those subs and the wings ready. In honor of that, we are asking you what your go-to snack is for the big game. You can tweet us at People and use the hashtag PeopleNow. I'm going to go ahead and claim Fritos with queso dip. First, we'll get to those comments soon, but first we begin with this. On a very sad note, Mark Salling's friends, family, and fans are mourning the loss of the Glee star after he was found dead on Tuesday in an apparent suicide. Now, a source tells People that his parents, John and Condi Salling, are finding his death difficult to accept. The source says, quote, his family is devastated. His parents are doing as well as anyone in this situation can do. They're from Texas and are very church-driven. The source going on to add, quote, Mark's mom had a hard time even grasping the reality of his dark past, so accepting his death, she is a mess. Salling's death comes just a month before he was to be sentenced to prison for possession of child pornography. He was arrested in December 2015 after federal investigators found more than 25,000 images and 600 videos depicting child pornography on computers and thumb drives that belonged to Salling. The content depicted children as young as 3 years old being abused. That's according to court documents. A Salling family source tells People that Mark had a, quote, humble childhood in a really loving and supportive home with incredible parents. The source adds that Salling's loved ones were, quote, absolutely shocked over his arrest, and in the last few years, they've had very little contact with him. Looking back at the last few years of Salling's life, the family source goes on to say, quote, it's clear he was dealing with demons himself. The inherent problem is that he did not seek help or have someone close enough to him willing to call it out. On Wednesday, Mark Salling's Glee co-star and former Flame Naya Rivera stepped out for the first time following the news of her ex-boyfriend's death. The actress was in New York City for an appearance on MTV's Total Request Live. During the show, Rivera was not asked about Salling's death or their previous relationship. Now, while fellow Glee cast members Matthew Morrison and Jane Lynch shared their reactions to Salling's death, Rivera has yet to comment. Rivera and Salling starred on Glee together from 2009 to 2015. During the early seasons of their Fox series, their characters, Santana and Puck, had a brief romance. Off camera, Rivera and Salling dated as well. But in her 2016 memoir, Sorry Not Sorry, Rivera wrote that Salling dumped her at the request of his publicist, who said she wasn't good for his image. In the book, she calls their time together, quote, that one relationship where you look back and ask yourself, what the hell was I thinking? Now we move on to this.
Pay your bills with cash.
Genius! And her? Aflac!
Yes, Melania Trump was in an Aflac commercial, and Donald Trump couldn't wait to remind everyone. On Wednesday, the president boasted about his wife to insurance company Aflac during a White House meeting, which promoted the Federal Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that he signed into law in December. Now, Trump met with Aflac employee Michael Porter, a resource manager who works with the General Counsel's office, who presented the commander-in-chief with a pair of Aflac duck socks. In return, Trump reminded him of his wife's role in a 2005 Aflac commercial in which she switched voices with the duck voiced by comedian Gilbert Gottfried. In the commercial, a scientist says that the goal is to, quote, tell the world the benefits of Aflac with sex appeal. Melania even gets some duck feet at the end of the whole thing. You can see it in the commercial there. Melania booked the commercial in the same year she and her husband were newlyweds. Now, that was nearly 1 year before his alleged sexual encounter with porn star Stormy Daniels. Now watch this.
Now I have a door and a doorbell, and people actually trip out when I come to my door and I open it. And the dogs, Bo and Sunny, don't know what a doorbell is. So the doorbell rings, and they're like, I never heard that before.
Oh. Does he have the room he wants, the closet he wants?
Oh, no. He still talks about this. He got so shortchanged on this whole deal. He doesn't have enough closet space. Sorry. He's got the smallest room for his office, and Sasha actually killed in this house. She has like this 2-room suite. It's all decked out. She's got like a living room area and a bedroom, and
wow.
She designed it. So he's really hating on her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear that girl power rules in the Obama house. Michelle Obama spilling the beans about what sounds like a pretty normal life post-White House on the Ellen DeGeneres show Thursday. Now, Michelle stopped by the show to help kick off Ellen's 60th birthday celebration. This is the former First Lady's first TV interview since leaving the White House. Michelle goes on to reveal that her older daughter, Malia, has a bedroom in the attic somewhere because, this is Michelle's quote, "You don't waste rooms on college kids." Sorry, Malia. That's actually a good point. It's all today on Ellen. You guys can check the whole thing out. If you could describe this season, this upcoming season, and this being shot and all that in one word, what would it be?
I would describe this collective group as evolving.
Ooh, good one. Yeah, there you go. You heard it here first. According to Bethenny Frankel, the ladies of the Real Housewives of New York City are evolving in the upcoming season 10. Though the new season is currently in the midst of taping, we do know one storyline that will definitely be talked about. Luann de Lesseps' December arrest in Palm Beach, Florida, and her time in rehab. I asked Bethenny how Luann's doing and if she's nervous about having cameras back in her life.
I don't know that the cameras in particular are what Luann was nervous about. I mean, we've spoken about it. I think just coming back into New York, which is so much, such a stimulating city with so many exciting and crazy things going on. I think that Luann wants to just take care of herself like she was when she was away. And we went to a spa to sort of do yoga and heal and connect and just, take it down a notch. So I think coming back to New York, she wanted to set herself up for success. She's been in the Hamptons a little bit,
right,
which is a good, safe place for me and for her. We both feel like it's our happy place. So, I mean, I wouldn't bet against Luann.
Former New York City housewife Jill Zarin has been making headlines after the sad passing of her husband Bobby. In mid-January, cameras caught Bethenny and Jill having an emotional conversation outside of Bobby's funeral, which fueled rumors of Jill's permanent return to Housewives. So will Jill be back on Bravo and have her and Bethenny put those feuds in the past? Here's what the skinny girl mogul had to say.
I'm really glad that I went to the funeral. I didn't know how I was going to feel. To be honest, I thought I was going to pay my respects and leave, and I ended up lingering and staying and having emotions. I really did know Bobby, and I did sort of remember all of these quotes and that he had said. And Jill said, it was funny because during the funeral, they said that Bobby never said no to Jill. And Jill told me that Bobby said to her, she said to Bobby, fix it, you have to fix it, you have to call her, you have to fix it. And Bobby said, no, you have to learn the lesson, you were wrong. Which was shocking to me that he said no to her and that she wanted him to kind of call me and fix it. So I'm glad that I attended and that I spoke to her and that it's clean because she feels that he would have wanted that. And I think it just is one less thing for her to be upset about because I do feel for her having such a tremendous loss.
So at least moving in a good direction.
It's, we used to be friends. Some things happened. Her husband passed away. I went, I paid my respects, and we are where we are. It's everybody wants to make everything into something, whether it's who I'm dating, what I'm doing, everything doesn't have to be tied up in a perfect box. I went to the funeral and I wish her the best, and that's where it is.
That's that.
Yes.
Rumors back and forth on whether or not she'd return for Housewives full-time. Would you want her back full-time? Is that something that would fit?
It's not, I don't think about, I'm not the casting director, so it's not, up to me. I think, from what I understand, I think that Jill will probably not be coming back just based on the different dynamic last year, and life must go on.
Yeah. Yeah, we have even more Bethenny later in the show. She's opening up about her daughter and whether or not she's raising a little CEO in the making. We'll find out more about that. Now on to this. Nearly 37 years after actress Natalie Wood fatally drowned off the coast of Catalina Island in California, the last known person to be with her before she disappeared is now being considered a person of interest in her death. That person was her then husband and fellow actor Robert Wagner, best known for his role in the 80s TV show Heart to Heart. Wagner is now 87 years old. In a new episode of CBS's 48 Hours airing this weekend, the LA County Sheriff's Department says as they've investigated the case over the last 6 years, Wagner has become, quote, more a person of interest, and they would like to speak with him about the circumstances surrounding Wood's death. Wood, who was famously terrified of dark water, drowned in November 1981 after she went missing from her family's yacht. Also aboard that night were the boat's captain, Wagner, and Wood's friend, actor Christopher Walken. The next day, Wood was found floating in the water, and the death was quickly ruled an accident. But in 2011, the LA County Sheriff's Department reopened the death investigation and found details in witness accounts and Wood's autopsy that are making them question everything. LA County Lieutenant John Carina says of the evidence, quote, it's suspicious enough to make us think that something happened. So was it really an accident or something more sinister? You can catch 48 Hours Natalie Wood, Death in Dark Water this Saturday, February 3rd at 10 p.m. on CBS for all the latest developments on that story. Pretty fascinating how the whole thing kind of circles back many years later. Yeah,
well, on a lighter note here, let's check back in on our question of the day. Since the 2018 Super Bowl is this weekend, woo-woo, we're asking you guys, what is your go-to snack?
All right. One Twitter user says, I'll be having some grilled eagle sticks. There you go.
Okay. Sam says, buckets of wings. That's what I love, wings.
Yeah, the go-to wings. I could eat that all day. But as I said, the Fritos and queso, cheese dip.
Ugh.
Come on.
Too much.
No, it's perfect.
Too much.
Perfect. Speaking of Super Bowl, some scandalous news. Katy Perry's infamous left shark is revealing, guys, listen to this, he danced goofy on purpose during the 2015 Super Bowl halftime performance.
This is mind-blowing to me. Okay, you probably remember the left shark becoming a viral sensation after it flailed its fins offbeat during the show.
Yeah, the man behind the shark, Brian Gall, told NPR on Wednesday there was set choreography for the dance, but he decided to play a, quote, different character.
Yeah, he explained that his improvisational dance represented an underdog, or, quote, an everyday person, someone imperfect.
Yeah, he goes on to say this. Here's a quote. Don't take life so seriously. I was on the biggest stage in the world acting crazy. I got a lot of press and a lot of attention for it in the most positive ways. It's great. I mean, be you.
Yeah,
do you. That's his quote.
Who knew that this left shark has such a deep meaning? However, I am a little upset by it. Because, look, these people are hired. They hire professional dancers for these roles. Now, everyone's going to want to be a left shark. I feel like Katy Perry was probably upset by this.
He was a method actor. Don't question art.
Okay.
I wonder, will there be a left shark moment in Justin Timberlake's performance this weekend?
Yeah, now there's always going to be a left shark moment, now that everyone knows that the guy just did it on purpose.
I see what you're saying. It encourages this type of thing. And guys, by the way, that makes it more entertaining for us. I'm all for it. Wow, we are passionate about this.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, Andrea, more trending news for us in Star Trek, so we're going to debate this more later.
We are kicking off Star Trek with a sweet Kardashian update. Tristan Thompson is sending some positive vibes to pregnant girlfriend Khloé Kardashian. The 33-year-old reality star announced the death of her beloved pooch Gabbana earlier this week, but her NBA beau quickly swooped in for the rescue, surprising Khloé with bouquets of roses arranged in the shape of a paw print. Very clever. The mother-to-be posted the sweet gift on social media, writing, "I love you, baby. Thank you for being so thoughtful." Well, Khloé took custody of Gabbana after Kris and Caitlyn Jenner split. The Black Labrador often appeared on episodes of Keeping Up, along with her Chihuahua pup, Dolce, who was later killed by a coyote. Well, luckily, Coco seems to be doing okay with the news and even opened up about her love of dogs on her website, sharing this. "When I was a kid, I wanted to be a vet when I grew up and had this insane plan to drive around in an RV and pick up stray animals. So when my mom and Bruce separated, I was immediately like, let me take Gabbana. She was the family dog, and since Kendall and Kylie both moved out, I thought Gabbana was lonely. I wanted her to have a fun home again." Well, that is very sweet. And don't worry, Khloé, I have a feeling you'll have another puppy to love very soon. Well, Chrissy Brinkley's oldest daughter is fighting back those social media trolls. Alexa Ray Joel, daughter of Chrissy Brinkley and Billy Joel, slammed one user who left a mean comment on her mom's Instagram account, presumably comparing her looks to those of her younger sister, Sailor. Although the comment has since been deleted, Alexa did not hold back with her response, writing, "Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Mr. Big Shot. You may think I'm hideous, but I like the way I look. And that's really all that matters. Besides, there's a lot more to people than just what they look like. But hey, continue being a shallow, hateful troll in life and see where it gets you." Well put. Alexa appeared on last year's Sports Illustrated cover along with her mom and sister. The up-and-coming singer told People at the time that she often faced constant media attention growing up and had to deal with harsh criticism from an early age. Well, after their essay cover, both sisters took the time to post body-positive messages on Instagram. Alexa writing, "Let's stop degrading and start celebrating ourselves and others from both the inside and out." Well, amen to that. Speaking of kick-ass women, we are absolutely living for Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez's glamorous date night looks. From J-Lo's sexy pin-up hair and baby blue dress to A-Rod's sleek velvet jacket and white button-down. Guess it's true what they say, couples who slay together, stay together.
Is that right?
It's true. The Chic duo pulled out all the stops at Wednesday night's Guess Spring 2018 launch. The new campaign stars 48-year-old Lopez, making her the oldest Guess girl in the company's history. And her supportaboo couldn't be more proud. A-Rod sharing this adorable message on Instagram, writing, "This is for every woman who works till 1 a.m. to get it right, who has the grit to get up when it's not, and who shows the world what it means to give all you have. Congratulations on Guess, crush it on NBC World of Dance, and slay it on Super Saturday." Ah, my heart, so cute. Congrats, J-Lo, keeping Superwoman. All right, switching gears to this.
It was sad to say goodbye to Zoe, to Max, Lamore and everybody, and Hannah. These are people I really like and I care about. And the characters I care about. So it was a really weird feeling to not be able to act with those people as these characters that we've created and we all kind of know. I think the fans are really gonna like season 7. We end the show, so it doesn't end in a kind of a gray area world. The show ends. The character stories come together, and so I think Liz Merriweather, the creator of the show, knows what the fans really like, and I think she gave it to him.
Well, don't worry, New Girl fans. Jake Johnson is confirming that all of your questions will be answered in the show's upcoming final season. Johnson, who's teamed up with Natural Light to help college students win money to reduce loan debt, also revealed that his New Girl storyline with Zooey Deschanel won't go unnoticed.
For fans of that relationship, which I'm one of them, the questions get answered. They don't go light on Nick and Jess, as you obviously knew they weren't if you watched the show. So there's a lot that happens between them.
But now that New Girl is coming to an end, what were Johnson's favorite on and off set memories? Here's what he said.
Max and I played the video game Madden a lot.
Okay.
But we did a really dorky spin on it, where we were co-coaches of the same team, and we took turns playing. So one would be watching the other guy play Madden and be the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. And it started off as a bit, and we got so deep and weird with it that I miss that a lot, and I think about those laughs we had.
Yeah.
On set, there's so many funny scenes that pop in, but the moment that I'll always take away from New Girl was the Cooler episode when Nick and Jess first kiss, and it really solidified them as a couple.
I'd meant something like that.
I think that for me was one of those great kind of TV moments that I was really excited to be part of.
All right, can't wait for the last season of New Girl. Moving on to this, Prince William and Duchess Kate have arrived in snowy Oslo, Norway for the second leg of their official trip to Scandinavia. The couple flew from Stockholm, Sweden to Oslo this morning, where the red carpet was rolled out over the freshly fallen snow for the duo as they stepped off their jet. Once on Norwegian soil, Will and Kate were greeted by the Crown Prince and Crown Princess of Norway. Kate's keeping warm in a blue Catherine Walker & Company coat. The royal couple is only staying 2 days in Oslo, but their itinerary includes a luncheon and dinner at the Royal Palace with the King and Queen, a visit to a historic fortress, and a demonstration by some of Norway's top under-18 ski jumpers at the iconic Holmenkollen ski jump overlooking the city. A jam-packed schedule for sure. Stay on People.com for all the latest royal updates and photos from the trip. And those are your Star Treks for today.
Well, guys, one thing is always shocking and sad. When our favorite celebrity couples split up, it almost feels like you're getting broken up with them, too.
No, it kind of hurts. Well, celebrity divorce lawyer Laura Wasser helps stars navigate this tough time and shares what she believes is the #1 reason that causes celebrity mega couples to call it quits.
They might not always say this. I believe the #1 reason is that they grow apart. I think when people have extramarital affairs, the money problems that people have, those things lend to a separation, but the underlying problem is that the people have grown apart. Now, that may just be a natural evolution of this couple, or it may be because they're not communicating well.
Yep, communication definitely key. In many instances, it can mean the difference between a happy, lasting marriage and one filled with strife.
Yeah, Laura cannot stress enough why communicating is so important.
That's a huge thing, I think, not only in a relationship if you were going to make it work, but after a relationship, if you still have connections like kids or a business partnership or something, you have to be able to communicate. And if you are clearly communicating, which sometimes you're able to do better after you split up, then you will be able to continue your co-parenting or business relationship so much more effectively.
And as we've mentioned in the past, exes like Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, Anna Faris, Chris Pratt are making it work for their kids because they remain friends and they communicate regularly. It's kind of like what keeps it all together.
All right, now on to a little inside scoop from some of the cast of Bachelor Winter Games.
Woo! Yes, we're all super pumped for that premiere. We did a little digging to find out which Bachelor Nation cast members Ashley I, Dean Unglert, and Eric Bigger are crushing on now.
Who's your Bachelor crush?
So, before I met Ashley, I had a crush on Ashley.
Then you met her and you're like, absolutely not.
I mean,
every guy.
no, we just kind of vibe in a different way.
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Yeah, that's a good crush.
Yeah. Becca's, it's a cool crush.
There's three Beccas now.
Cool girl
Becca
crush,
Taylor.
Yeah.
But that's about it. But Ashley was the first.
You got the list? Is there?
I got a crush.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. She was on Sean Lowe's season of The Bachelor. We'll leave it at that.
Oh. Well, I think we all have a pretty good guess who that Bachelor crush may be.
So Dean Unglert, aka Deanie Babies on Instagram. We all know him from Bachelor in Paradise and Rachel Lindsay's season of The Bachelorette. He's now rumored to be dating Bachelor alum Leslie Murphy.
Yeah, the two star together in the upcoming Bachelor Winter Games, and according to multiple reports, the pair were seen holding hands in Utah and are apparently a hot and heavy item.
Now, Dean played pretty coy when we asked him to confirm or deny the rumors, but he did give one major clue that his crush competed in Sean Lowe's season of The Bachelor. And ding, 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 Leslie Murphy did in fact compete that year. So it's pretty much all the validation we needed.
Yeah, we were looking for any shred. This is great news for Dean, considering he got quite the bad boy rap after playing both Christina Schulman and Danielle Lombard in that epic Bachelor in Paradise love triangle that we all talked about. How did that whole experience change his outlook, though, when it comes to dating?
So much, I don't even know where to begin with that.
Yeah.
And that was challenging, too, going into Bachelor Winter Games with that whole experience still kind of fresh in everyone's mind, and my own, too. But, I mean, I learned so much from that, and my podcast, I've learned a lot from that as well. So it'll be fun to be excited to watch a TV show that I'm on for the first time in a while.
Was this like a moment of redefining for you in this new Winter Games, do you think?
It was just a matter of proving to myself that I'm not as much of an asshole as people seem to think that I am.
You still talk to Christina and Danielle?
We don't talk. I think that there are some things that are just better off, like, kind of be in the past, you know?
Just let it be.
But I do wish the best for both of them. They're both great people, so.
Yeah. Sounds like he's in a good place. Now, speaking of great people, Ashley I and Ben Higgins are the duo we never knew we needed.
True.
The two host the Almost Famous podcast together, and their on-air chemistry is pretty clear.
Yeah, naturally, it got us all thinking about a possible Bachelor Nation romance. So what is the deal here? Strictly podcast buddies, maybe something more? Watch what they said.
Not in Winter Games. If you'd asked me like 2 years ago when Ben was The Bachelor, I'd have been like, should I go on The Bachelor for Ben? Like, I really had a crush on him back then, but
never
no.
go in America.
Yeah, but not anymore. No, we are friend zoned. We friend zoned each other.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Ashley, all right, so.
You know, you say friend zone, but sometimes people say that the best thing, you know, you start as friends and then maybe something evolves.
That's
I'm holding
true.
out hope because I think they're really cute together.
At the same time, yeah, the podcast and all that, it's good. So there you have it. Anyway, guys, all right, there's that.
There's that.
Stay with us, guys. Bethenny Frankel is opening up about how she is planning for her daughter's future, possible CEO maybe, we don't know. Plus, country band Lenko talking newlywed life. Stick around for that.
But first, it's time for Oh, Snap.
Kim Kardashian West posted a playful pic with sister Kourtney at what seems to be a gas station on Wednesday with the caption, "When you find out they don't carry anything gluten-free." Kim was poking fun at her sister, who is notorious for being all natural and very health conscious. Of course, fans in the comment section were quick to point out that the sisters were standing in front of the fridge, which is filled with gluten-free items. One hilariously replying, quote, "There is water in there." Guys, can you just let them live? They are just having some fun. The super cute 80s sweatsuits giving us major throwback vibes as well.
Well, the always hilarious Leslie Jones snapped a selfie while working on her fitness on Wednesday. Now, in typical Leslie fashion, she made a hilarious self-deprecating confession in her caption saying, quote, "I really feel like, what's it all for? I just feel like I might die alone. Sorry, that's pretty heavy today." Don't worry, Leslie, we've all been there. I don't see the point sometimes too in working out. Even though Leslie has a well-documented love-hate relationship with working out, she still moved past past her truth moment and went right back to her cardio set. Keep pushing, Leslie.
Yeah, doing it. Looks like British singer Zayn Malik, one of my favorites, is adding new ink to his already extensive collection. The 25-year-old got inked by New York City artist Meghan Massacre and posted the video on Instagram Wednesday. We haven't seen the full reveal of the chess piece, but Zayn captioned the video Red Wolf. We can spot an inspirational photo next to him with what also appears to be a wolf. Looking forward to that big reveal, but first you just have to admire really how calm he is lying on that table. I know I would probably be a little more squeamish.
Is this your favorite day ever, Jeremy? You love Zayn so much?
I just want to hear the music. I don't need to see that.
Well, what a debut. Bella Hadid showed off her new puppy during a fitting with stylist Mimi Cottrell on Wednesday. Now, as cute as the curly-haired pup is, we almost didn't notice him. Mom Bella stole the show by only wearing a barely there thong, socks, and a beaming smile. Well, she eventually changed into a full-on outfit, complete with a fierce leather trench and docks, and posed a bit more with the adorable pooch. The pup joins Bella's other dogs, Oslo and Hendrix. Very cute.
My daughter's very proud of me. We went to the Wallman rink for a field trip at her school the other day, and I showed up in this big pink furry coat that I wore for Halloween, just for her friends, to make her laugh. I like to be, you know, a fun mom. I'm strict, and I definitely lay down the law. But she's proud of me. She likes that I'm funny. She kind of thinks that I'm her personal clown. That she can just on command.
That's great.
Tell, you know, be fun, do that again, be funny. I'm like, no, I'm not a seal nor a clown. And funny is when it just happens. I can't just always do it for you. And you know, she thinks it's just like a button.
Yeah.
Mommy's gonna be a clown again.
Like.
So she has my sense of humor.
Yeah, do we have maybe a mini Bethenny Frankel on our hands? Well, the mom and skinny girl mogul who just added jeans to her long list of products opened up about how she handles planning for her daughter's future, and it's maybe a bit more relaxed than you might have thought.
I'm not a mom that's overly obsessed with what private school she goes to, with what college she eventually goes to, if she goes to college. I'm pretty free-spirited in the sense that I want her to be happy. I want her to have a good work ethic and be a good person and follow through with what she says she's going to, and whether it's she wants to take some class and I indulge her in that, and then she decides she doesn't like it. Well, we signed up, so we're
going to
doing
finish it.
Yeah, but I'm more free-spirited as a parent than I think people would think I am in that way.
But I was what you wanted, you were what I needed, and we could meet in between. We were gonna be the greatest love story this town had ever seen.
So our song had went #1 on country radio, and we were having a #1 party in Nashville. And we were kind of in the middle of giving thank yous and all that stuff, and then our team walked up with a platinum plaque, you know, to commemorate this song going platinum, and then informed us that we had made history by being the first country group in history to have a platinum single before our album actually ever came out. So that was definitely icing on the cake for that #1.
We were getting ready to play a little show for everyone, and at that time, and I was like trying to fight back tears, like I'm kind of crying here, telling us all this news. We have to play a show here.
Am I supposed to look cool when I'm crying?
Yeah.
I just love when guys admit that they cry and feel things. It's cool to cry. Lenka's lead singer Brennan Lancaster wrote Greatest Love Story, inspired by events in his own life. Now, back in September, he got married to his college sweetheart, Tiffany Trotter, with his bandmates by his side.
Yeah, we've been together for a long time. So for us, I think that, I don't know, I think there's just a freedom in that. I think that when you know, because you talk about it and you're building up towards that for years. And honestly, I mean, I've been a poor musician for a long time, and so, you know, the band has some stability, and finally being able to, like, you know, somewhat provide and being you know, she works as well, but to finally, you know, tie the knot, and it's almost kind of like a weight off your shoulder, like you know who you're coming home to, you know who's there, and you know that it's going to be that you always have that support system, and so I think just finalizing it, and I think that's like the coolest thing about being newly married is enjoying that. All right, this is
consistency.
Yeah.
You got married recently too.
I did. Yeah,
right in November.
Yeah. The night that I actually got married was the night that we found out that Greatest Love Story went #1.
Wait,
and so
really?
yeah, it was really insane.
Amazing.
It was like 2 parties in one.
He had a wedding and another one.
So he doesn't remember his wedding. That's what he's saying.
It's been tough because ironically, I'm being told to commit suicide myself, which
really
millions of people literally telling me they hate me to go die in a fire. It's like the most horrible, horrific things.
So you don't feel like the criticism has been fair?
That's the thing. I do.
YouTube star Logan Paul breaking his silence on Good Morning America Thursday, opening up about the backlash he received after posting a vlog in early January from Japan's so-called suicide forest, which appeared to show a suicide victim. Paul sat down with Michael Strahan, telling him the idea of the video was to, quote, shock and show the harsh realities of suicide. Strahan pushed back on Logan, pointing out that he has 16 million followers, asking him if he realizes the age of his audience. Here's what he said.
Michael, I'm 22 years old. It's not like I'm making content necessarily for kids. Sometimes I cuss. Sometimes I make inappropriate jokes. I want to make jokes that kids my age are going to like. I'm my own demographic.
And Michael Strahan also asked the YouTube star about program Google preferred dropping him. Logan admitted, quote, it hurts, but it's not like I'm drowning. Going on to say what he does is not about money, but it's about creating content and making people laugh. At the end of the interview, Paul admits he's going to learn to be a better person after this experience. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, look, we've said this before with that video. This is all part of a recovery tour for him for PR.
I know, kind of tracking along where he goes from here.
Yeah, so we'll see if his audience is willing to accept him back.
All right, let's check back in on our question of the day one last time. So just ahead of the Super Bowl this weekend, we are asking you guys, what is your go-to snack?
Jenny says nachos.
Woo! Another Twitter user says, I'll probably be too nervous to eat, but I love a good buffalo chicken dip. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I am never too nervous to eat some chicken wings.
I wish I had that problem.
Yeah, right? Like,
well, that'd be a nice problem to have. I don't know.
Guys, we're asking a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now. Come back here live at 8:30 a.m. And coming up tomorrow, we've got more with the Bachelor Winter Games contestants telling us what they think about the current season of The Bachelor with Ari Lyondike Jr. Plus, the cast of Netflix's Queer Eye open up about the show reboot and reveal what the original show means to them.
I'm excited for that. All right, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from new girl star Jake Johnson. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Hey, I'm Jake Johnson, and this is one last thing. The last song that was stuck in my head was...
Where would you still have it? If I'm in my mind, where would you still have
Love by Kendrick Lamar. The last time I was starstruck, I went to a Bulls game back in the early 2000s and saw Tyson Chandler, who was our starting power forward or center at the time. And I'd read about him when we drafted him a lot, and I just weirded out around him. And I'm not proud of it, but I was starstruck. The last time I laughed so hard I cried, last night I was with two of my good friends, Clay Allen and Oliver Rawling. We sat at the bar, had some drinks, and told old stories. And we ended up laughing really hard, and there were some tears that came out.